Welcome to the summer 2020 section of Library Media 5523, School Librarian Leadership and Advocacy. This is Dr. Baker, and I just wanted to go over a few things, how the course is laid out, and some assignments and expectations. So please do watch this video in its entirety. There's some important information that I will be providing you with. So this is a completely online course. It is a short 4-week course. That just means that we are taking the 16-week content and condensing it into 4 weeks. So it is very important that you stay engaged with the course throughout the month of June. It does begin June 1st and it runs through June 25th. The 25th is the last week is not going to give you a complete full week like the other 3 weeks previous. So make sure that you note that end date is June 25th. So all of the modules run from a Monday to a Sunday. All your big assignments are going to be due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Your discussion boards, your initial post is going to be due by Wednesday of the week, and your responses will be due by the Sunday of that week. So that's very important to note the due dates on that. So this is the course that I have created for you all. Everything will be run through this. The announcements, I will send out weekly announcements, at least weekly, maybe multiple times per week, just to let you know things that are going on, changes, expectations, those types of things. So make sure that you check your email that you have linked to your Blackboard account, because once I post it in the announcement section, it will be automatically emailed to you as well. So we're going to start here with this link. This is a student view, so it should look a lot like what you will see on your Blackboard site. So here's just some important instructions for the course overall. You're expected to check Blackboard a minimum of probably 10 times per week, if not more than that. The schedule can be found in the syllabus, and under the syllabus tab, I'll show you where that is. It is divided into learning modules. And typically we have 16 learning modules, and we still have those 16, but instead of doing 1 per week, you will do 4 per week. So be sure to stay up to date with the syllabus template, the tentative schedule within the syllabus to make sure you know the due dates. So there's an Upload Assignments Here tab. That's where you will upload all the assignments that are not in the discussion board. If you have questions related to the content or assignments, post it directly to Cyber Q&A forum in the discussion board, and that way, if I don't answer you, maybe one of your classmates will answer you, so feel free to use that. And it's more for things that would be beneficial to the whole course. If you have individual questions for me, then you can email me, which is the best way to reach me. I usually respond pretty quickly, but if I don't respond within 24 hours, please email me again and make sure that your email did not get lost in my email somewhere. So here's some information about me. The important part right now are my office hours. Monday and Wednesdays, I'll be online from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Feel free to set an appointment with me if you'd like during that time. If you need other times, then make sure that you just email me and let me know. We can set up a time that's good for you. You can access my calendar to schedule a time through this link, and then just find a time that's available and then put your name in there. And these will be all virtual meetings, or we could also talk via phone if you want. So grading, this is important because when I grade, especially your like long papers or projects, then I typically give feedback within your document. There's multiple places that I can provide feedback. I like doing it inline because I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. I can make comments, I can highlight those types of things. So when you get your grade, there's a feedback section that shows a little bubble beside your grade. That is just the feedback within the grading, but also make sure that you look in your document, because I typically put comments in there as well. You can look at the Blackboard Help Center for grading, how to access your grades with this link, so please feel free to familiarize yourself with that. And then here's the other information that you'll need. This is the first link that I need you to go completely through, the Start Here. So make sure that you read each page that is within this before you get started. The syllabus can be found here, along with the tentative schedule. So as you can see, I did separate the weeks with these highlighted bars, so you know that during your first week, module 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all due. This side gives you this column gives you the topic that we'll be covering for that module, the readings that are assigned, as well as the assignments with the due dates. Your first assignment that you need to do is a candidate information survey. That's due on Tuesday, worth 5 points. You always do this in all of our courses. This is just to make sure that we have current information on all of our candidates. If you have already done it and nothing has changed, there's a option for you to say nothing's changed, you've already done it, and you can stop there, but you do still need to go through the process. That can be found here in this link, candidate information. If you do it for one course in a semester, you do not have to do it again for another course in that same semester. So let's say you're taking the June and the July class. If you complete this assignment in the June class, it will also count for your July class. So if you're taking a course with Dr. Carney and she requests this as well, and you've already completed it through a course for me, Dr. Carney and I share the same document so we can see who has completed that. But that is important that you do that every semester just so we can keep track with all the changes. So you can see that the projects or the modules are broken up into sections. This week is the one that is a shorter week, so make sure that you get everything done in time. This is where your big projects will kind of become due. Your field experience. You do still have a field experience this summer. Fortunately, the field experiences within this course are things that can be done virtually or through email or things like that. You do need to attend one school board meeting, but as of right now, those are being conducted virtually or being streamed. So you should be able to visit that a meeting from your home. If you want to go to one that's being held live, feel free to do that, but that is not a requirement. So be sure that you look at the syllabus, you read it in its entirety, you ask me any questions that you may have. One important thing to note within the syllabus is the late policy, which if you've had me before, you know how this goes. So here's the syllabus. Let's scroll down to the late. I give you all kind of a synopsis of all the big assignments that are required. Instructional materials, you will have 3 books, a book by Eubank, Morillion, and then the standards book that is required for all our library media courses. There's a list. Okay, here's a late work policy. So I'm going to review this again. Those of you who know me, have had me, you already know this, but it's important to let those who have not know what I request. So if you feel like you need to turn in an assignment late, the important part is to contact me and let me know before the due date. So if you contact me and say, hey, I have a sick child and I'm trying to take care of them and this assignment just hasn't been a priority to me, let me know. I can give you an extension. If it happens afterwards, I'm not going to give you an extension. You need to be prepared. I will give you an opportunity to turn in things late if you talk to me. So when you do that, when I give you an extension, once you submit the assignment in Blackboard, there is a place that is titled Add Comments in the submission area. I want you to make sure that you tell me that I gave you extension, how we corresponded, the date we corresponded, and the extension date that I gave you, and then why it was late. So here's an example right here. Email on 6/20, granting extension until 6/31/20 due to a death in the family. It can be something that simple. Just make sure that you let me know that I gave you the extension and I will accept the assignment. So here are the actual modules and lessons. You will complete 4 modules each week. Here are just some extra things that came with our book. Again, I begin the module section that we're on with that snippet from the tentative schedule to show you what you need to do in these 4 weeks. They're all set up in modules, and you can see that there are pages. You can go through like this. You could also use this arrow to go through your pages. All the information you need is in here. One of the first pages will be what your readings are, a reflection, and those kind of take the place of a lecture, and then the assignments that are going to be due within this. It says, here's information about your board meeting. I try to give you some heads up type information to let you know what's coming ahead that you need to be working on. You do need to look forward in this course and kind of have a broad overview of everything that is expected and when, because if you wait until the week that it's due, it would be very difficult to finish some of these, specifically your 10-month advocacy plan and your field experiences. So if you look here, I do typically give you links to where you need to go. This link would take you to the discussion board forum that you need to finish for this first week. So make sure you go through these. Typically you want to go through in order because they tend to build on themselves. So I have provided you with the AASL standards framework that you will need for this. Here's where you will upload assignments. So your slogan promotion plan, it gives you the rubric, instruction, and then here's the comment section that you would need to put if I gave you an extension for being late. Make sure that you upload a document, whether it be a PDF or a Word document. It does not, Blackboard doesn't work well with Google links, anything basically Mac related, and don't copy and paste your assignment into right here where it says write submission. Don't use that if at all possible. Make sure that you attach a file, and that way I can give you feedback with the inline grading tool that's in Blackboard. So all of your assignments that need to be uploaded here will be using the upload here assignment. Here's your discussion board. Here's that Cyber Cafe Q&A that I mentioned. Please feel free to use that, put any questions. You can also, let me go in here. You can also subscribe to this, so whenever anyone posts a question, you'll be sent an email. For the discussions, there are instructions for each one. There's a rubric for each discussion as well that you can follow along with. You need to post your initial response by Wednesday. That gives you a couple days to read everyone else's responses and thoroughly respond to a minimum of 3 peers. You need to make sure you use their name, and that way when the thread gets longer, we can tell who's talking to who. So that just makes it easier. I'll be looking for a total of 3 minimum peer responses. It'd be great if you did more than that. The interaction is what really helps everyone during these discussion posts to learn more. The presentation right here is for part of this slogan and promotion plan assignment. You will post there. So that's where the discussion boards are. Assignment information. So for each assignment, I have a description of what you need to do along with the rubric. And sometimes there's standards or other things that you need to know. One thing that you also need to start looking at right now is the stakeholder survey. You do need to send this out to some stakeholder group within the school district that you are going to be working in for this semester, so that you'll do the stakeholder survey, you'll create your 10-month advocacy plan, and you'll go to a board meeting all within the same school. So that's going to be your school site on your field experience you will need. So make sure that you stay within one school for all of your assignments. You will be doing a wiki with a partner from this class. So I have those all laid out in Module 9, so you can see that. Dr. Carney has taught this class before, and she created a video So you may see some videos from Dr. Carney describing some of the assignments. Please watch those as they come available to you. I will create some as well. Here's a 10-month advocacy plan. Please do review this and kind of start thinking about it. Gives you directions. And here's the field experience. So there's a rubric, same for all of our field experience courses, but this is different. So make sure you look at the expectations for this field experience and be working on it as you move through this semester. If you look at this, attend a school board meeting, prepare a presentation that you're going to be doing that. So it says meet with a practicing certified librarian. You can do this via email, and you can have a conversation with them over the email. So those are your big components that you need to work on for your field experience. Those are the activities. Here's a couple more. View resource from professional library organizations. So that's going to be ALA, AASL. Talk with librarians to see how they engage with stakeholders. You're going to analyze data from the stakeholder survey that you send out. And you can do this digitally, just send it to their email. In the summer, you may not get too many responses, so I would try to find a larger stakeholder population, a bigger group, so that you have more opportunity to get some of those back. You're going to use that data to inform your advocacy plan. And all the instructions are in the assignments tab. And then working on the wiki is going to be also part of it. Once you finish your 15 hours of that, you will do a reflection piece, and the instructions are very descriptive and laid out, so you follow the instructions in the red. Make sure that you speak to all 4 of the need areas here: developmental, culture, social, and linguistic, and make sure that you bold them so we can see them. Same thing with your shared foundations. You need to use all 6 of the shared foundations and make sure you bold those as well. So that is your field experience, and that's how it's going to be conducted this semester. If you need a contact for a certified librarian, please feel free to email me and ask me about that, because I have a list. So I think that's the broad overview. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. The course officially begins June 1st, and just because it is completely online, I mentioned this in one of my announcements, does not mean you are alone or I'm not working in this course. So be sure that you ask any questions that you have or ask about clarification for assignment. I'm here to help you, and I look forward to working with you this semester.